Hello, everybody. Today, I'd like to talk about probably the first and most important element in life, which is attitude. Attitude is literally everything. You know, there is no effort without first attitude. There is no discipline. There is nothing, in fact. It's a non-starter if you don't have the right attitude. The right attitude is arguable. Someone might say this is the right attitude and this is the right attitude, but we all generally know that optimism is better than pessimism. We all know the difference between a winning attitude and a losing attitude. When I developed my system for Fundamentally Unstoppable, I then synthesized what the theme was, and it really came down to the acronym WAY. WAAY, and it was first, the winning mindset is where it starts, and the actionable strategies, the accountability necessary to yield the results. And, I remember meeting a friend of mine who was coaching kids. He goes, "Jason, the only thing I care about is attitude and effort." He was Southern. And I was like, man, it just makes so much sense, right? You can't have anything else without those two things. So I thought I'd talk a little bit today about attitude, check up from the neck up, if you will. I think that was a Leo Biscaglia thing. First is you have to have an attitude of being coachable. I think that's important. If you're not coachable, you're not going to want to read books. You're not going to want to listen to a coach. You're not going to want to listen to a podcast or watch something on the internet that will improve your life, because you're just not open. So openness and open to be coachable. But at the same time, you can't continue to take in all this motivational thinking and reading and podcasts and not actually do the work. Very important. Jim Rohn once said it. There was this. He likened it to a builder who kept bringing materials to the house lot and never actually built anything. Eventually, they'll come and take you away, he said. The other thing about mindset is it is extremely fragile. One minute you start your day, you set out and you think you're going to have a great day, and then just some sort of curveball comes into your life, and then there goes the attitude. And you ever notice that when the attitude goes, you don't really get any good ideas? You don't have any real mental breakthroughs. They just don't coincide. They don't coexist. Bad attitudes and ideas. So it's fragile. And many have said that you have to guard the gates of your mind each and every day with intention. One of the things I teach is, looking at a vision board about the man or woman you want to be each day, so that when you set off into the world and you get hit with those kinds of things that would typically deride you, that you stay strong and focused in the attitude, in the state of mind that you want to be in, which is optimal for your growth and learning. So going out into the world with intention. There's a new book, everyone's heard about it, called Let Them. And there's a million reasons in that book for you to just say, let them do this, instead of letting me participate in somebody else's problem. And becoming frustrated, and as Wayne Dyer would say, immobilized. Like I said in another podcast, the first domino is discipline, because it is a kind of a hack to get your mind right. For instance, you might not want to go to the gym, but that's the difference between motivation and discipline. You go anyway, but going actually serves you well, because you show the discipline. When you have discipline and you make yourself do something that you deem necessary, you then have improved self-esteem. And from that self-esteem, you grow your self-confidence. And from your self-confidence, you grow your presence. And from your presence, you grow your attraction. And as I said in the other podcast, success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract, said by the late, great Jim Rohn. If you're ever out there and you just feel like you don't have your attitude right, and perhaps you can't do a discipline to hack your mind to get into the right frame of mind, one last thing you can do is try to remember your purpose. your why. I was just on the phone with my dear friend AJ, and he had brought up purpose. I thought that was great. Intention, your why. And if that won't get you straight, then we got bigger problems. But the bottom line is we're not robots. We have feelings, we have ups and downs, and we need all the tools we can get. Hence the reason for podcasts and messages and reading and so forth. That's why we need to bombard ourselves with that. But we also have to put them into action. So with that, I want to thank you for listening. Remember your attitude, take a checkup from the neck up, as Lil Biscayou would say. Take care.